My legs were sticking out from under the bed in the attic with one of my cousins, and we were yelling at the younger ones, "Be careful, the Rat King is under here! He'll get you if you get any closer!" I flung the tail of a broken puppet at their little feet, and they all screamed and ran down the narrow staircase. We hurled walnuts after them for good measure. Totally made sense at the time. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger must actually be true, because Hannah Ruth managed to make it to adulthood despite being the youngest of 10 rowdy cousins. But Hannah Ruth didn't simply scrape her way into 2020. She made it, definitely not gracefully, if you know her at all, but honestly, she made it as the most caring and joyful adult that I know. Hannah Ruth is the best, super goofy weirdo, and I wouldn't trade her for anything. I can't wait to see what this next year brings for you, HR.
From long nights studying for food science to spitfiring ideas for chapter events, Hannah Ruth has been with me through it all. What once was a shy freshman, Hannah Ruth has evolved over the past 5 years into a passionate and dedicated person. When she puts her mind to something, she gives it her all and more. Her creativity and grit have allowed her to thrive within FFA. I believe that she truly found her niche when she started diving into new challenges, including CDEs, LDEs, and showing market hogs. Through these experiences, she has gained the courage to try and reach even higher goals. Whether that be showing a sheep twice her size or running for district and state offices, she dove in head first. Literally. There is never a dull moment when you're around Hannah Ruth. I am so proud of the accomplishments my best friend has made, and I can't wait to see where these next steps take her. Washington FFA, it is my pleasure to introduce to you one of my best friends and your state sentinel, Hannah Ruth Pettyjohn.
The American Paradox by David Meyer is a study showing the correlation between happiness and society. He found that Americans today are more materialistic than ever. We physically have more than we have ever had in the past, yet we are the most unhappy that we have ever been. While studying the 1960s to 1990s, he found social factors that radically changed us, changing us from we thinkers to me thinkers. Following Meyer's findings on unhappiness, it's not surprising to know that mental illness is on the rise according to the Washington State Healthy Youth Survey. 1 in 3 seniors reported experiencing high levels of anxiety. 1 in 20 students reported being bullied. 21% of sophomores say they have had suicidal thoughts. And 17% of those say they have made a suicide plan. Washington FFA has nearly 12,000 members. I may not know who specifically, but I do know that there are FFA members in Washington that can relate to those statistics. These members may feel lonely, scared, or like nobody cares about them. So my question is, why can so many relate to this? Is it pressure from others, a missing link in society, past events, confusion, or is it something else? For me, it was trauma. 6 years with a new trauma every single year. I don't tell you this for your pity, to make you wonder, or to make you uncomfortable. Simply to tell you that I've been there. I understand. Trauma for me started in 5th grade, a time where I didn't fully grasp the magnitude of what was happening or what I needed to help me get through hard times. It was then that I began bottling up every emotion I had, until my freshman year when I exploded. That year I was diagnosed with anxiety, becoming another teen statistic. When I heard the diagnosis, I had 2 options: to define the rest of my life based on being a statistic, or to grow through the hardships I have faced. It is my opportunity to change the paradox, to be more than a number. I can confidently say that choosing to grow became a mindset that has changed my life forever. It has allowed me to find closure and move past one of my darkest times, to not forget or ignore, but not let those times be what people know me for. It is our choice how we engage with life. Maybe you settle. You stay in the same place because that is good enough. You do this thinking that you will not and cannot get better. That's a self-limiting belief. And if that's your choice, you will spend the rest of your life fighting against yourself to define your future. whether you've hit rock bottom or you are living your best life, you get to make a choice. Will you settle or will you grow? If you choose to grow, you can have a future that is brighter than you could have ever imagined. The first step is simply making that decision. It seems cliche and easy for me to say, but truthfully, it can be that easy. Make the choice. Once that decision is made, the work begins. You start setting goals and working toward them, allowing yourself to get better each and every day. Now, I'm not going to lie and say that it's easy to grow. Growing is not something we can do alone. You may lean on a person you know, a quote, your faith, maybe even your hobbies. Again, you decide. For me, one of the biggest things that helps me grow is the people around me. This year, I had the opportunity and privilege to meet many people who pushed me to grow. FFA members, advisors, past state officers, and even state staff. But there was one person in particular who challenged me, whether she knew or not. Hope from the Prairie FFA chapter. I met Hope at a dinner with chapter officers the night before the chapter visit. When I started talking to her, I knew she was different, but I didn't know how. She almost reminded me of myself during high school. We talked about not being popular or frankly very social at all. We talked about the feeling of just wanting to get high school over with, a feeling I knew all too well. The next morning, Hope and one of her friends met Austin and I for breakfast, and of course, a Dutch Rose run before school. I spent all this time with her, but I still couldn't figure out why I couldn't get her off my mind. After some reflection, I realized that she shared with me the beauty of simplicity, sharing the simple things in her life that she valued, the things that got her through rough times, like her animals, family, and friends. From Hope, I learned how important it is to stay grounded. In a life where it's so easy to get carried away or stressed out, Hope showed me the importance of leaning on my values. From Hope, I learned that I need to lean on and really embrace my values, family, friends, and faith. But sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes the weight of the world is unbearable. While in counseling, I learned tactics to stop panic attacks, such as grounding. Tactics became my friend. If you're ever feeling lost in life, I encourage you to find your tactics. Whether that be counseling, breathing exercises, hobbies, or even calling or texting hotlines, such as Youthline. Youthline is an anonymous hotline designed to provide youth with a listening ear when they need it most. And it is available through texting, calling, and online chat. Every person is different, so every person needs to find their unique tactics. Washington FFA, all of us are growing as we face an ever-changing world around us. The CDC reaffirms the fact that mental illness is on the rise, especially during this pandemic. However, they also say that treatment is on the rise, some in new, distance-based way. They say between the ages of 3 to 17, 8 out of 10 cases of depression are treated, and 6 out of 10 cases of anxiety are treated. It may feel like you'll never live a normal life again. Believe me, I know. But next time you think you're just another statistic, I challenge you to consider the good in each day. Think about who you want to be, what's going to get you there, and never forget that you are worth more, that your values matter, that you are capable of choosing growth, and you will do great things.
She definitely impacted Washington FFA by showing her kindness and just distributing it all over the state. On every single chapter visit that I went on, she was always so kind to the members. She was kind to me, she was kind to every ag teacher that she saw, and her kindness is, it's immeasurable. It's really just vast. Like, if I were to describe it as like a hug, it would like hug the entire universe, her kindness. Just like a big ol' soft hug. Yeah, that's what I think.
I would say Hannah Ruth's legacy would be doing the right things for the right reasons. Hannah Ruth is really driven to help other people out, and in a very fun and exciting way. So I would say she has the ability to help people and be really entertaining and connect with members that way.
I will miss traveling with Hannah Ruth. Me and Hannah Ruth traveled a lot together. It seems like we were partners more than I was partners with anybody else. And she is a really good teammate to travel with because she's kind of a hype man, and if you're feeling down, she picks you back up. And I'll just miss making memories with her. Like when I scroll through pictures from this year, I think most of them are with Hannah Ruth, and it's not to say that I like her more than anyone else on the team, but we just spent a lot of time together, so a lot of the memories I made as a state officer, I share with Hannah Ruth, and so I'll just miss her being right by my side, making those memories.
Hannah Ruth is extremely good at organizing and keeping us on a schedule and keeping that schedule tight. Whenever we don't really have our mindset on anything, Hannah Ruth lays it all out. She has it plain and simple for us. I love Hannah Ruth's organization and ability to talk about kind of anything under the moon and also share her story, which is a very unique one. But definitely her organization and keeping us on time is very important. She's done a fantastic job of doing that with us this year. And just, she's very determined and passionate about what she does.
I would describe Hannah Ruth as confident, sassy, loud, unique. Hannah Ruth is one of the most kind-hearted people I've met. She truly has like a heart of gold and is so willing to share with others, and she really just wants to help anybody out. We joke that she's the mom of the team. She always has like band-aids. I'm pretty sure I borrowed a pair of shoes from her before. She's always there, and she just wants to share her heart and what she has with the people around her, and she's not afraid to do that.
I have had the opportunity to get to know Hannah Ruth for a bit, even before her state officer year. And during her time as a national delegate, I got to see the quirks. I got to see the goofiness. And this year I got to love and experience them even more. And I absolutely love Hannah Ruth's personality and the zest and the sass that she brings to the world. She just lights up a room, any situation, and I am so thankful that I got the opportunity to have another experience with her this year and getting to see her quirks and sass and spunk and share that with Washington FFA and the bigger audience.
Hannah Ruth, the organization, compassion, and energy that you bring to every day is a gift we all admire about you. Your bubbly personality is sure to light up the lives you interact with. And we're thankful for your ability to illuminate our lives through the dark moments. We know you will take these qualities with you throughout your life, and we can't wait to see who you impact next. As your journey continues, remember to stay positive, avoid dairy, and never make anything up. Love, the ACA officers.
Woo!
We love you, Hannah Ruth.
Hey, Hannah Ruth.
Love you all.
The chair will now entertain a motion to accept Hannah Ruth Pettyjohn's retiring address.
I move that the Washington FFA Association accept Hannah Ruth Pettyjohn's retiring address as her resignation of state office, which will become effective at the closing of the new officer installation ceremonies.
I support the motion to accept State Sentinel Hannah Ruth Pettyjohn's retiring address.
It has been properly moved to accept Hannah Ruth Pettyjohn's retiring address. A second is not necessary. As all those in favor, please indicate using Facebook reactions and comments. The motion passes. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2019-2020 Washington FFA State Officer, Hannah Ruth Pettyjohn.
Yay! Woo!
Woo!
Yay,
Going
Hannah!
Woo!
I'm not crying, you're crying.